All right. Welcome back. So I'll give a few seconds to see if people join the chat, and then we'll hang out a bit here, guys. Whoever's in the chat now, will you please give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me and if the screen is clear? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Hey Rick, how you doing? Nice to see you also. Hope everything's going well for you. Kelly, nice to see you. Nice to see all of you guys. It's been so long. Bruno, thanks guys for the thumbs up. We got 6 in the chat. We'll give it a few more minutes, and then we're going to go over just how important yesterday was in the narrative of the blackout. And you guys know that my channel is really focused around the upcoming blackouts, that they've been predicting with Klaus Schwab and solar flares and cyber attacks, electromagnetic pulses, whatever it ends up being. You guys know that my channel, this has been one of the main topics of my channel. So we're going to dive into just why yesterday was so important with the blackout narrative. So let me just say hi to a few more people here. Hello, LAC. Nice to see you. Josephine, nice to see you. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hello, Morgan. Nice to see you as well. It's been a long journey for me. You guys know I was in Germany 3 months ago, and then I had to leave Germany for 3 months, and now I'm back in Germany with my girlfriend. And yeah, we're just kind of hanging out here. I've spent the last 2 weeks since I've been back in Germany resting my eyes and enjoying life with my girlfriend, although it's nothing but clouds and no sun here. So it's been kind of dreary, but everything's good because I'm back with her. And yeah, everything's good. So yeah, my eyes are good. I just have dry eyes from how dry the weather is here, how cold it is, and also from too much screen time. So I also have other issues going on with my eyes, but I'm just trying to take care of them. So that's why I haven't been posting as much. So if you guys are wondering why I'm not posting as much, it's just because I'm trying not to be on the computer so much. So anyways, we got 28 of you in the chat. How you guys doing? And most of you guys are probably in the United States. So anyways, sorry for all the ads on this page, guys. I know it's annoying, but yeah, Janelle, people have been saying I should get some castor oil for my eyes. I'm looking into that. And yeah, castor oil, I've had a few people recommend that. Also, I'm going to be trying to get some omega-3 supplements or something because it helps with the eyes. And I think I've been eating less meat and less stuff over the last year. So probably my eyes I don't have enough omega-3s. So that's probably another thing I need to look into. Yeah, my girlfriend's in the chat, guys. Magdalena, she's give her a big hot shout out. She's in the chat. I love you too, babe. Yeah, thanks guys for recommending the castor oil for the eyes. I'm gonna look into that. So anyways, so the big thing about yesterday is I've already talked about. If you guys know my channel, go back in my list of videos over the past 2 years and look for all my blackout videos. The blackout is commencing videos. All those videos in my history are all the data I've compiled of all the predictive programming for internet outages or blackouts, cyber attacks, power grid attacks, whatever that is. I have a lot of videos. But yesterday was a very important day in my narrative, and I'm going to show you guys why. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with this because it's just a joke, right? So yesterday, they posted this article. Earth will be bombarded by intense solar storms next year in 2024. Scientists predict we'll reach the solar maximum in 2024 with flares strong enough to cripple the world's internet for weeks. So this was posted yesterday. And here's the joke, guys. So this article was posted yesterday about flares, right? And what's really funny about this is I want you guys to notice the guy who wrote this article. His name is Jonathan Chadwick. And what's so funny about this is yesterday, 11/29, was Chadwick Boseman's birthday. Do you guys remember Chadwick Boseman? He was sorry for the slow load time on my computer, guys, but do you guys remember Chadwick Boseman, the guy who played the Black Panther and also the guy who played in the Jackie Robinson movie, and he played in the number 42. Well, next year is the year of the 24 and the 42. And yesterday was Chadwick Boseman's birthday, and he played the Black Panther, kind of like a blackout, right? Black out. And he played the Black Panther. And what's just absolutely funny about this is the guy who posted this article about a solar flare yesterday on this website, his name was Jonathan Chadwick. So on Chadwick Boseman's birthday, this guy is posting an article about solar flares causing internet blackouts, and his name is Chadwick, kind of like Chadwick Boseman was his birthday yesterday. If he was still alive, it would have been Chadwick Boseman's birthday. So what a joke, guys. Even the articles that these people put out, even the guys who write the articles, their names are encoded with the ritual, okay? And I want you guys to remember yesterday, 11/29, Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. And so this article was about flares, right? And Jackie Robinson, who Chadwick Boseman played in the movie 42. So in the movie 42, Chadwick Boseman played Jackie Robinson, who wore the number 42. And I want you guys to notice that the word flare equals 42 and 24. Now, these are the reverse of each other. These are the mirror numbers, 42, 24. So again, Chadwick Boseman plays number 42. On his birthday yesterday, some guy with the last name Chadwick releases an article about flares, right? And the word flare equals 42. Chadwick Boseman played 42. They published this at 12:24 GMT. So 12:24. There you go. More 24s and 42s. It's just so scripted. This is I don't even know what site this really is. It's some sort of, it's one of those sites where you read a lot of these articles, you know. So what a joke that Jonathan Chadwick posts an article about flares on Chadwick Boseman's birthday. Okay, that's just super. It's just impossible, right? I mean, what's the chance of that? So with that out of the way, let me close this window because it's absolutely lagging my computer. And let me jump into also another reason why yesterday was a huge day for blackout predictive programming, okay? So the first thing is, if you guys go back to my older videos of the blackouts, this screen I have up now is of Russell Wilson. This is a slide I made back in, I mean, this was a few months ago, guys, I made this slide. And this is Russell Carrington Wilson, okay? And his middle name is Carrington. Now, the biggest ever solar flare in history was the Carrington event, okay? So let me bring this up for you. The biggest ever known solar flare that knocked out the power was called the Carrington event, okay? And yesterday there was a solar flare that hit. It was in the news, guys. There's solar flares in the news right now hitting Earth, apparently. And it's happening around Russell Carrington Wilson's birthday, because yesterday was Russell Wilson's birthday. So let me bring him up so you guys can see. And Russell Wilson, he plays in Denver at a stadium called EMP Stadium in Power Field at Mile High. Okay. And again, here you go. His birthday was yesterday. And in the news yesterday was a solar flare. His middle name is Carrington, like the very famous Carrington event, which was a solar flare event. Okay. And again, his birthday the same day as Chadwick Boseman. And again, Russell Wilson currently plays in Empower Field at Mile High. Let me bring that up for you guys to see. So again, ask yourselves the chances of all these connections to EMPs and blackouts and solar flares. He plays at Empower Field at Mile High. Now, this is a direct representation of a high altitude, a high altitude, what do they call it? I just lost the word. So the word is, electromagnetic pulse. Okay. So let me just bring up these few words here. Hold on a second. 223, 317, and 110. So let me show you guys how absolutely crazy this is, right? So Russell Carrington Wilson, the guy whose middle name is about a blackout, the Carrington event, he plays in Empower Field at Mile High, which just happens to match his name, 110, okay? Kind of like an EMP is an electromagnetic pulse. That also equals 110, like Russell Carrington Wilson and like the field that he plays in Denver, okay? Now notice that Empower Field at Mile High also matches electromagnetic pulse 223, right? And we know this 223 is a big number this year because we're in the year 223. So just ask yourselves what the chances are that his name, his full name, equals electromagnetic pulse, and he plays at EMP Field at Mile High, okay? And it's going to get even bigger when I show you how this all comes together. But I just wanted to point out why Chadwick Boseman's birthday was yesterday, Russell Wilson's birthday, and there's one more person I need to bring up here whose birthday was yesterday. Janet Napolitano, okay? Janet Napolitano's birthday was also yesterday, okay? She turned 66. Now, Janet Napolitano, I'm gonna go over to Zach Hubbard's his old site, right? So this is Gematria Effect News, Zach Hubbard, his old site. Shout out to him for covering this all the way back in 2015, okay? So without him, I wouldn't even know about this. But this is a big key to this ritual, right? So Janet Napolitano, let's read about her. On August 27th, 2013, Janet Napolitano, the Secretary of Homeland Security, resigned. In her outgoing speech, she warned of an upcoming cyber attack that would take down our power grid, one that could impact all functions of our daily lives. She said that the attack was not a matter of if, only a matter of when. Okay? Days later, on September 2nd, 2013, Senator Lindsey Graham warned that if the United States did not attack Syria, it could mean a nuclear bomb detonates in Charleston, South Carolina. Okay, guys? Charleston, South Carolina. I want you guys to remember the North Carolina and South Carolina connection here. So Janet Napolitano, the Secretary of Homeland Security, warns us about a power grid going down. And later, a few days later, Lindsey Graham warned that there would be a nuclear bomb, a high altitude electromagnetic pulse that would detonate, that would take out the power grid in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, the reason this is important, guys, is because Charleston, South Carolina is very close to where Chadwick Boseman was born. So again, Chadwick Boseman shares a birthday with Janet Napolitano. So you have three main characters here, all born on the same day. You have Janet Napolitano, who warns about a power grid attack. Okay. And then you have Russell Carrington Wilson, who plays at EMP Field, and his middle name is the Carrington event, like the Carrington event solar flare in history. And then you have Chadwick Boseman, who played in the Black Panther movie. And again, I told you guys earlier that the article that was written yesterday on his birthday, the guy who wrote it was named Chadwick. His last name was Chadwick. So yesterday was a huge day with all these things coming together, with all these characters, Chadwick Boseman, Russell Wilson, and Janet Napolitano, all born yesterday. And yesterday in the news, there was a solar flare. So let me bring it up. Solar flare. I know it's been in the news a lot. So there's been a few, but let me bring up the latest news for this articles. So right here, guys, strong auroras likely as powerful solar flare erupts, hurls a possible cannibal CME towards Earth. Okay, so on the same day that Russell Wilson's birthday is, Janet Napolitano, Chadwick Boseman, all connected to the blackouts, the solar flares, now you have a solar flare on the same day being in the news. Even the Weather Channel reports it. Solar flares to impact Earth. The Weather Channel, Fox News. This isn't just some random website reporting this. This is the Weather Channel, Fox News, and all of it pointing to yesterday. Now, what else happened yesterday? Well, you had the death of Henry Kissinger, and I believe that this is very tied. I don't know if I'm going to get into his death here in this video because it's just going to be so much info. I don't know if I can cover it all, but what I'm saying is that Henry Kissinger dies at 100 years old yesterday, okay? And the word lightning is a big part of this narrative because anytime you think of electricity or the power going out, you think of lightning, the lightning bolt. Now, Henry Kissinger died at 100 years old on the same day, okay, that this solar flare was hitting and that Russell Wilson's birthday and Janet Napolitano, okay? And lightning equals 100. So again, the lightning, the power, Zeus knocking out the power at the Super Bowl a few years ago. Arnold Schwarzenegger played Zeus in the Super Bowl during the Rams and Bengals Super Bowl in 2022. He knocked out the power, okay? Anyways, lightning equals 100. Henry Kissinger died at 100 yesterday. And yeah, so let me just bring up something else here. So yesterday, Henry Kissinger died at 100, which equals lightning. And he died 149 weeks. So let me show you this. He died 149 weeks exactly. He died 149 weeks exactly after Biden became president. And the reason this is important is because Biden is the Catholic president, and 149 is the 35th prime, and Catholic equals 35. But anyways, the 149 is connected to a lightning bolt. So let me show you why. So Henry Kissinger dies at 100, which is lightning equals 100, and he dies exactly 149 weeks after Biden took office. And lightning bolt equals 149. Okay? So all this stuff has been coming together. And there's so much stuff that I've been decoding while I've been away, guys, that I haven't shown you guys that's been connected to this power outage. So, yeah, I mean, the big thing is, what are the chances that this lands exactly 149 weeks into Biden's presidency? Okay? Another thing here is it was 1,043 days. What's lightning equal, guys? Lightning equals 143. So it's 1,043 days from Biden's presidency, and lightning equals 143. If you drop the zero, it's the same number, right? And again, Henry Kissinger dies at 100 on the lightning day yesterday. Okay. So hopefully you guys caught all that. If you guys are confused about these characters, yeah. So yeah, I see in the chat, Captain Flatastic. You don't have to. You don't have to time out Morgan. He's always commenting a lot, but yeah, I mean, he comments a lot. I understand, but he's not a troll. I promise. So yeah, I mean, but thank you for that. I appreciate you. And Morgan, I also appreciate your information as well. I appreciate you both. So I see she just timed you out, so I'm assuming that you'll be allowed to come back. So anyways, let's get back on topic, I guess. So let's go back to Russell Wilson. Again, his birthday was yesterday. And I want you guys to notice that his middle name, Carrington, equals power outage in two ciphers, right? 56 and 151. So yeah, anyways, 56, 151, just like Carrington, his middle name, Carrington. Now his wife, Carrington, Russell Wilson's wife, is Sierra, a singer. And she sang the song Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. And if you guys remember in my prior decodes about this scenario, the song Paint It Black was done by the Rolling Stones, and it was used in a trailer for the show 911 The Blackout. Okay. And his wife, not only is Russell Wilson connected to the Carrington event, but his wife sings the song Paint It Black, which is connected to the blackout also, right? So yeah, just going back to the chat for a minute. Anyway, thank you, Captain Flatastic, for watching out for the channel. And again, thank you, Morgan, for always posting. I was seeing that Morgan was posting. It's hard for me to read the comments a lot while I'm also presenting. So, but I appreciate you both. Much love to you both. Yeah. So hopefully everyone in the chat's going to be okay, and we'll just move on. But yeah. So anyway, Russell Wilson basically is a huge character, and his birthday was yesterday, right? So now I want to tie this all together with next year, right? Because we're talking about next year, and why is it such a big year, right? So the reason I titled this video, this is next year going to be the year of the X flare. Now remember, we have the X eclipse. So you guys, if you guys know my videos, again, if you guys are new to the channel, you're not going to understand a lot of what I'm talking about. I don't have time to go back over all the stuff I presented in prior videos. But if you guys remember, next year we have the X eclipse on April 8th, right? It's going to complete the X over the United States. And that's going to make an X with the eclipse that happened in 2017. Now, a flare is connected with the sun, and an eclipse is connected with the sun, okay? But flare equals 42 and 24. Next year is 2024, okay? Now, this 24 is the big number. I mean, it's going to come up a lot. And the 42 is also going to come up a lot because they're the mirror, right? 42 and 24 are mirrors. So we have to always think about mirroring the numbers. Anyway, next year in being 2024, of course, they're going to say that there's going to be a possibility for a lot of solar flares next year. But what I want to point out here is I want to bring WWE and AEW wrestling. So there's two major wrestling companies. And I know a lot of you guys don't watch wrestling. You guys don't know. But I follow this because they're giving us a lot of clues. And I want to start with AEW. So there's a show coming up on December 30th, right before 2024 starts. It's called AEW World's End. Okay? World's End, guys. And it's being held one day before 2024 starts. Okay. At this show, the main event is going to be a guy named MJF, who is a Jewish guy, and he calls himself the devil. So I don't have time to go into all of his symbolism, but MJF is Jewish, and he calls himself the devil. So let's just I don't think I need to say anymore. But anyways, he's going to be facing a guy named Samoa Joe, like Joe Biden, at a show called World's End. And this is going to happen one day before 2024 starts. Okay. And just to show you guys, World's End equals 42. Remember, I was just talking about the 42. Flare equals 42. And they're talking about lots of solar flares in 2024, which again is the mirror of 42. So World's End equals 42. Kind of like World War equals 42. And notice that World War and World's End are a match, okay, in multiple ciphers. World's End, World War, a match in multiple ciphers. And both have the 42, like Flare, 42 and 24. So with this AEW connection, right, they're pointing us to 2024. Also, I shared with you that article in the beginning of the video about how they're saying next year will be the year of solar flares. And there's a type of flare that's called an X flare, okay? So next year is going to be the year of flares. So X flare is a type of solar flare. It's one of the most powerful solar flares. And the reason that this is such a joke, guys, is that an X-class solar flare is perfect. Because what is the 24th letter in the alphabet, guys? X is the 24th letter. There's an X eclipse going over the United States next year. Okay? And next year is 2024. X is the 24th letter. Flare equals 24. World's End equals 42. The mirror. Okay? And Twitter just changed their site to X, and there's no coincidence. And all these cryptocurrencies that are popular right now usually have X in them. All right, so there's so much to do with this X, right? And what is today, guys? Today is the St. Peter's Day, which is, let me bring that up because this is all about X's. St. Peter's Day. So let's just talk about this. Sorry, guys. It's not St. Peter's Day. I'm trying to remember what. There's something to do with St. Peter today. If anybody in the chat knows about this, can you guys remind me what that is? I've totally forgot. Something to do with the X. And of course, guys, we know that St. Peter is Jupiter, right? So St. Peter was crucified on an X cross. Let me see if I can bring it up. Yeah, guys, it's not coming up. Hold on a second. Yeah, the cross of St. Peter. So it's an X, right? Or the way that they put it up was an X. But the reality is that, so let me see here. Hold on. But let me go back to the X for a minute. So Peter is Jupiter, right? Peter is Jupiter. The symbol for Jupiter okay, is the 24. Okay, you guys see this here? The symbol for Jupiter, looks like a 24, right? X is the 24th letter. St. Peter, like Jupiter, was crucified on an X, right? That's why Scotland also has the X, right? So Jupiter has the 24 logo, which is the X letter, because X is the 24th letter. Jupiter or St. Peter was crucified on the X, and next year is all about the X. So that means next year is all about Jupiter or Zeus. And what is Zeus known for? He's known for the lightning bolt, which is all going back to the power outage, right? Electricity. So, oh, sorry, guys. It is St. Andrew. So I totally messed that up, guys. I don't know why I was thinking that. So, yeah, St. Andrew, it still works. St. Andrew was crucified on an X. But today, that's what I was trying to point out, was that today is St. Andrew's Day, I believe. So, again, this comes one day, and they're saying that tomorrow there will be they're saying that tomorrow there will be a an X-class solar flare, right? So anyway, we have all this X symbolism. Remember, the queen, when she died on a Thursday, which is a Jupiter day, and she died in Scotland. When she died with the X, she died in the X country, right? Scotland. And she died on Jupiter day, which Jupiter is 24, the X. So there's so much stuff to connect here. But the point is that next year is all about the X. And you don't really need to look hard to see that. So let's go back to AEW. I told you guys about World's End, which is an AEW show coming up very soon on December 30th, right before 2024 starts. Okay. But now we're going to look at something that happened a few days ago. Let me close out some of these windows because I'm starting to get lag here. So something that happened a few days ago was the return of a wrestler named CM Punk. And this happened on 11/25, and he returned to WWE after leaving AEW. Okay. Now I want you guys to see something here. And you guys will probably notice that this was the logo I used on this on the thumbnail for this video. But let's look into this guy. He's one of the most polarizing wrestlers in the industry. And I'm going to show you why he's so important for next year and why he made his return just a few days ago, okay, right before 2024. So I want you guys to notice his symbols. His symbols are both X's and lightning bolts. X's and lightning bolts. This is all about Jupiter, okay? This is all about 2024. The year of the X, the year of the 24, the year of Jupiter, the year of Chicago, even. So what's interesting about this guy is he is from Chicago, Illinois, which is where Barack Obama is from. I saw, sorry, I forgot to say Joseph Aquaviva's in the chat. It's nice to see you, bro. I hope you're still here because this is really tied to Barack Obama also, but I can't go into all of it in one video. But anyways, CM Punk is from Chicago. Barack Obama was based out of Chicago. Chicago starts with the letters CHI. And lo and behold, in the Greek alphabet, the letters Chi, like Chicago, is the X. So it comes full circle, right, guys? Yeah, good to see you too, Joseph. Much love, bro. Yeah, so Chi is the X. And CM Punk is from Chicago, and he's all about the X. And not only is he about the X, he's about the lightning bolt. So his symbol tells you the whole story, guys. So let's take a look at his main symbol. It's the hand with the X and holding the lightning bolt, and it has 4 6-pointed stars on the flag, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand the real symbolism behind this logo. You have the Jupiter, you have Satan, you have Barack Obama, you have Chicago, all showing in this image, okay? And the reason is because Barack Obama means lightning. Barack means lightning, okay? CM Punk has an image of holding a lightning bolt. CM Punk is from Chicago, like Barack Obama, okay? Barack means lightning from heaven, okay? Next year is the 24th year, which is the X. And Chicago is where they're both from. And Chi-town, Chicago, is the X, the Greek letter X, okay? So it all comes together absolutely perfectly. And now CM Punk has returned, and he's calls himself the second, or basically the best in the world, right? So let me just show you guys how this is all connected to next year. And yeah, I just wanted you guys to see the symbolism of this. And as for the stars, guys, these 4 stars that are on his symbol, they're 6-pointed stars, right? 6, 6, 6. There's 4 of them, right? Which is interesting because I told you that Barack Obama is from Chicago like CM Punk, and CM Punk has the flag with the 6-pointed 4 stars. Do you guys get it? 6 stars, all, and there's 4 stars, all with 6 points. 64. Barack Hussein Obama, 64. Okay. Joe Biden, 64. Israel, 64. Kill, 64. Okay. Huge number. So again, why is there 4 stars with 6 points? Because 64 means kill, means Israel, means Barack Hussein Obama, means Joe Biden, all about next year, 2024, right? So now, yesterday I told you was a huge day with the blackouts. If you guys missed the beginning of this video where I talked about Russell Wilson, Janet Napolitano, and Chadwick Boseman, you guys need to go back and watch because you're going to be lost if you guys don't understand. So there's this wrestler named Sting, okay? Many of you guys might know him. He's been around a long time. So I'm going to go from CM Punk to Sting. And the reason I'm doing this, let me show you guys why I'm doing this. Sting and CM Punk. I already show you how CM Punk's connected to Chicago, connected to the X next year, the blackout. But I want you guys to take a look at these 2 guys here just for a minute. So this happened in 2021. This was CM Punk here in the front, and this is Sting here in the back. Notice that Sting is wearing CM Punk's logo with the X's pointing us to 2024, right? So Sting wearing that CM Punk logo and CM Punk wearing the Sting logo. Now, Sting is yeah, you're right, Captain Flatastic there. Sting is also the singer for the Police. I'm sure there's a connection there. But Sting is currently 64 years old. Now, what did I just tell you guys about the 64? Again, CM Punk's logo has 6 pointed stars. There's 4 of them, 64, right? Sting is 64 years old right now. So let's just bring up the number 24 because this is what I want to talk about. Actually, I forgot to put Punk in there. Hold on. Sorry, guys. All right. So look at this. CM Punk and Sting both equal 24 like Flair. And remember, I told you X Flairs are what they're calling for next year in the year 2024. Flair equals 24, Sting equals 24, CM Punk 24. And here you have these two guys showing you the X class Flair, also pointing you to the X eclipse that's coming up next year, right? So all this is pointing to the X, guys. And it's just so crazy. And both of their names equal Flair, 24. Now, the reason I put Crows and Raven here is because the Ravens, the football team, the Ravens, are the only team to be associated with blackouts. Okay. So in 2013 at the Super Bowl, the Ravens were playing the 49ers, and there was a blackout. The lights went out at the Super Bowl, and there was the Ravens, right? And then you have the poem, The Raven, which is all dark. So also, the reason I'm bringing up Crows and Ravens here is because Sting, his entrance, when he comes out to his music, the first thing you hear is Crows, right? So, of course, Sting and Crows are a match, all pointing you to next year in 2024. So, again, CM Punk and Sting, both pointing you to the year 2024 and the X. Okay? So now, let's talk about Sting. Why? Because he's going to be retiring next year. Sting is retiring. He's going to be having his last match on March 3rd. Okay? And yesterday, the same day as all this Flair stuff was going down, the same day as Russell Wilson's birthday, the same day as Chadwick Boseman's birthday, the same day as Janet Napolitano, who said there would be a blackout. Okay? And yesterday, they announced that Sting's final match, because he's 64 years old, guys, and he's still wrestling, so he's going to retire next year. And he's going to retire on March 3rd. Okay? On March 3rd in Greensboro, North Carolina. And the reason this is important, guys, is because I already showed you, as I showed you before, the Carolinas are a big part of this. Notice that this thing that Zach wrote up years ago about the blackout says that it was warned that there could be a nuclear bomb that detonates in Charleston, South Carolina. Now remember, Chadwick Boseman, whose birthday was yesterday, he was born in South Carolina. Ric Flair, do you guys get it, guys? Do you guys get it? Ric Flair surprises Sting. I mean, come on now. I didn't even tell you guys about Ric Flair yet, and I was already connecting Sting to X Flairs. And now you have Ric Flair and Sting together yesterday. Do you guys get it? Ric Flair, who's also from Carolina. All right? It's just absolutely insane. Ric Flair and Sting are going to be, Sting is going to be retiring on March 3rd. So here it is, guys. Sting is going to be retiring. I'll read it for you guys to see. Revolution will mark Sting's final pro wrestling match. The date and location for AEW Revolution has been announced during Wednesday's Dynamite. Tony Schiavone revealed that Revolution, this is going to be a big word to remember, will take place on March 3rd in Greensboro Coliseum, North Carolina, which is the same area during Obama's presidency that Lindsey Graham said that if they don't attack Syria, there could be a nuclear bomb that goes off in Charleston, South Carolina. So all about the Carolinas. So again, and what's even crazier about this, guys, is I just told you that the show that Sting is going to be ending his career at is called Revolution. And this is important because there was a show called Revolution. And let's read the synopsis of this show, Revolution. The series is set in a post-apocalyptic near future in the year 2027, 15 years earlier in 2012, which is right around the same time that Janet Napolitano said there would be a blackout during Obama's presidency. Remember Obama? He was president during this time. And he's the Jupiter symbol here. But anyways, guys, Revolution is set 15 years earlier in the year 2012. A worldwide event called the Blackout caused electricity on Earth, ranging from computers, electronics, to car engines and jet engines, to be disabled permanently. As a result, trains and cars stopped, and ships went dead in the water. Aircraft plummeted from the sky, and they called it the Blackout. And let's just see what the blackout equals, guys. So the blackout equals 118. This is the big number here. All right, so I just told you that Sting, the character, will be having his final match at Revolution in Greensboro. Okay, and Greensboro equals the blackout. And the show that he's going to be having his final match at is Revolution. And the show Revolution was set near Chicago. I just told you Chicago is connected to CM Punk, Barack Obama, the lightning bolt. And look, not only was it set near Chicago, the movie was filmed. Let me find it here. Hold on. The movie was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina. Wilmington, North Carolina. Revolution, the show, was filmed in North Carolina, and Revolution, Sting's last match, will be in Greensboro, North Carolina. Very close to each other, guys, both pointing us to the Carolinas. Okay? So Revolution next year. So Revolution next year, Sting's last match in North Carolina. The show Revolution was filmed in North Carolina. And you guys notice that the show was filmed in Wilmington? That's where the National Weather Service is based out of. Oh, that's a good point, Math. Oh, okay, yeah. Michael Jordan was born in Wilmington, and he was playing for Chicago. So, yeah, this ties to Michael Jordan. Yes. I got to look into that. So something very big is here with this North Carolina and Chicago connection. And Michael Jordan is pointing us to that because Michael Jordan went from North Carolina to Chicago in his career. So again, guys, there's so much to say here. This video is going to get so long if I tell you everything that I've been seeing, but let me just point you. So anyway, the match is in Greensboro, which equals Paint It Black, the song that I already told you about earlier, Great Reset. And remember, Klaus Schwab said that the next pandemic would be a cyber pandemic, which would knock out the power grid. The Great Reset is what he talks about. So Great Reset 118, Paint It Black 118, Greensboro, and the blackout. And remember, in the show Revolution, they call it the blackout. So they use the word the. So the blackout equals 118, like Greensboro. Okay. And now let's just show you how big this is. Let me bring up the 151, the 50, 56. All right. So the show Revolution, where Sting is going to have his last match, equals 151, which is the 36 prime number. And Jupiter, who is the lightning, Jupiter Zeus, equals 36. Okay. Barack equals 36. So the reason I'm saying that, guys, is because 151, Revolution, is 151. 151 is the 36 prime number. Okay. Jesus Christ equals 151, the 36 prime. Okay. 151 is the 36 prime. Barak 36. Jupiter. Okay. And back to the 151s and the 56s. So notice that power outage, Carrington, and revolution all equal 151 and 56. Okay. And the reason this is important is because I just showed you that revolution is happening in North Carolina next year on March 3rd. And a few days after that, let me go to that day. On March 3rd, Sting's last match is the 63rd day of the year, which is the reverse of 36. Okay. And 3 days later, on March 6th, is 3-6. Now remember, March 6th is 3-6, like 36, and 151 is the 36 prime number. And revolution is happening a few days before. So watch out for this time period in March. And if you guys have watched my prior videos about March 2025, I also think that there's something that could go down March 2025, but let's just talk about 2024 first, and then if we get through that, we'll talk about 2025. But anyways, and look at this day, guys. This is the 66th day of the year. 666 is the 36 triangular number. The day is 36, like 36. This is all connected to the numbers 666 and 36. And remember, 3 6s is also 666, right? And 36, 666. I'll type it in so you guys can see. 666 is the 36th triangular number, right? 3 6s. And that day is the 66th day of the year because it's a leap year. So it's all about 6s, right? And remember, I told you on CM Punk's flag is 6 pointed stars. 6, 6, 6, 6. And then in the middle, you have Satan falling like lightning, and you have the X, which is Jupiter, which is Satan. Yeah, it's all tied to that. There's so many different ways you can look at it, but I don't know how else to be clear about this. And there's so much more I want to talk about, guys. I want to talk about something I never covered last month was the death of Matthew Perry and how Matthew Perry was connected to the post-apocalyptic narrative. But I'm probably going to do that in another video. I'm going to make a video about Matthew Perry in the coming days. So, yeah, guys, I'm out of breath. I went through a lot here. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys, there's one other show that takes place with a blackout in North Carolina. I can't believe I forgot this. So I already showed you the show Revolution, which is filmed in North Carolina, okay? And it's about a blackout. Well, there was another book called 1 Second After, and let's read about this one. So John Matherson is a professor at the local Montreat Christian Center, a retired U.S. Army colonel and Gulf veteran. He returned to Black Mountain, which is in North Carolina, okay, at 4:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the second Tuesday of May, the first day described in the book. The phone lines went down. The electrical appliances went out. Within hours, it became clear that it was no ordinary blackout. Every modern electrical device is disabled and destroyed, but by Matherson is being suspect that the electromagnetic pulse, okay, which is basically a high-altitude nuclear bomb, guys, which I don't necessarily believe in, but however they're going to knock out the power, it doesn't matter what narrative they give us. First of all, they're not going to be able to give us a narrative when the power's out. How are they going to push their narratives if the power goes out? So, but what are they going to tell us when it comes back on? Are they going to tell us it was a solar flare? Are they going to tell us it was an electromagnetic pulse attack, a cyber attack? It doesn't matter how it happens or what the cause is. The point is there's going to be a blackout, right? So anyways, So there's two shows that connect to blackouts in North Carolina. And then you had Chadwick Boseman, also connected, who was born in South Carolina. And he's dead now, but he played the Black Panther. Okay. But I want you guys to notice when this book came out, March 17th, which is 317. Now, I want you guys to notice what the number 317 is in Gematria. So this book came out on March 17th, 317, okay? And it's about electromagnetic pulse, which equals 317. And remember, Russell Carrington Wilson equals 317. And he's the guy that's all connected to the Denver Broncos and the EMP field, and he equals power outage. His middle name, Carrington, equals power outage, just like his middle name also equals revolution, which will be happening next year. Anyways, I'm going to jump into the chat because I think I've shared pretty much the basis of the information. Oh, yesterday also, or 2 days ago, Biden fell, or no, the Christmas tree fell. So yeah, watch out for Christmas, guys. It seems like they're pointing to there was a Christmas tree that fell. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I don't want to overload you guys with information here. So if you guys are confused about any of this information, I know it's a lot, but go back and watch so you guys can understand. But I'm going to go to the chat. Let's see how people are doing. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me. Even though I haven't been around much, thank you guys for coming back. I got 70 in the chat. I didn't expect to have so many people. So I really appreciate you guys coming back even after me being away for a bit. And I'm not going to be doing videos as much as I used to probably, but yeah, I'm going to keep you guys updated on the things I'm seeing. And there's so much that I didn't tell you guys that I've been decoding while I was away. So, I don't know if I'll be able to even show it all to you guys, but maybe I'll just put information out slowly so you guys can see. But so yeah, thank you, Captain Flatastic, for coming along. And thank you, Joseph, also. I saw that you made a video on the tree, but I didn't see the video myself. So yeah, if you guys don't know, Joseph Aquaviva 2222, his channel, he's covering the news stories every day. Obviously, I don't do that, so it's good to go check out his channel for the daily breaking news stories. And I'm kind of behind the scenes looking at all the symbolism a lot. So some days I'm doing the news stories, but other days I'm also going back in time and connecting future events. So, oh, I forgot to talk about the Scorpio Sting, who is his last match. His last match is in Revolution, right? And Sting has the Scorpion, right? So, yeah. Sting is associated with the Scorpion and with the Raven or the Crow. And Sting based his look off the movie The Crow. So, you guys remember the movie The Crow where the guy died on set? It was Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee. Yeah, so Sting based his look off of Brandon Lee's The Crow, right? And The Crow is connected to the blackout also. I've talked about that a lot. The Ravens and the Crows. Brandon Lee got killed on set, apparently, during the filming of The Crow. So yeah, just to add that in there. But I don't want to go too far with that. Yeah, and thank you, Morgan, for also adding your info. There's definitely something much bigger going on with the tree, but I think it was interesting that the tree is in the news just a day before. I heard that Biden actually fell again yesterday on the plane. I didn't find the article of that, but if anyone sees that, let me know. If you guys see an article from Biden falling yesterday, because we know he always falls perfectly. And if he fell yesterday, we know Biden is connected with the plane crash and the lightning bolt, just because he's connected with Obama. But yeah. Yeah, I need to look more into the band Police, because the singer for the Police is also named Sting, right? As a matter of fact, if you type in the name Sting, the first person that's going to come up is most likely the singer for the Police. Yeah. And we know the police, they did that song Murder by Numbers, right? It's as easy as your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. And you know what, guys? I got a question for you guys in the chat. Do you guys want me to decode something I found on YouTube? So let me explain this. I found this about 2 weeks ago. So there's a channel on YouTube who it's a girl who supposedly has cancer, right? And you know, I think she actually does have cancer. But what's interesting about her is that her whole channel is about her having cancer, and she passed away on November 8th. Okay. So I want you guys just to see this for a minute. I talked about the 118. So there's this channel called Jenny Apple. And I'm not trying to say that this isn't a real story, okay? But it's very suspect because, yeah, I just want to talk about this. So why is this interesting, right? Well, her whole channel is about her battling her cancer, right? And she finally actually sadly passed away. She sadly passed away on November 5th, but the video announcing her death from cancer was released on 118. Okay. So her whole channel was about her having cancer, which equals 118. And the very video of her death from cancer was released on 118. The name of the channel is Jenny Apple, which equals 118. Do you guys see this here? 118 and 44. So notice that Jenny Apple is a 2-cipher match to cancer, and she had cancer, and that was the name. That was the name of her channel, Jenny Apple. So the name of her channel matches cancer in 2 ciphers. And again, her death was announced by her husband on November 8th. We lost our beautiful Jenny. She finally beat cancer. And this was released on 118, which is cancer. And remember, this might be tied to Joe Biden because Joe Biden had a cancerous lesion removed. And remember that Joe Biden equals 152. Let me bring that up. So Joe Biden equals 152 and 44, like Jenny Apple, and Joe Biden had a cancerous lesion removed. So it's very interesting, right, guys? I mean, what are the chances of that? You know? And to be honest with you guys, I don't want to come on here and be inconsiderate. That's not what I'm about. I'm not about saying that this girl didn't die of cancer, because to me, it looked like she did. I mean, she looks sick. But the thing is, the organic code is super tight. If this is an organic code, then again, it shows you everything can be decoded, guys. Even some random YouTube channel of a girl who has cancer can be decoded perfectly. I mean, maybe not all of them are this perfect, but this is too perfect. The name of her channel, Jenny Apple, 118. She dies of cancer, 118. And the video of her dying of cancer is released on 118. Okay. And they live near Los Angeles, California, which equals 118. So this family lives near Los Angeles, and Los Angeles equals 118, like, you know, the name of her channel, like cancer. And what's interesting is they live about 37 miles from Los Angeles, which equals 118, and cancer equals 37 and 118. So they live 37 miles from the town Los Angeles, California, that equals 118, and she dies of cancer, which equals 118, which is 37 miles from where she died, Los Angeles, California. Like, yeah, I mean, you guys can look into it more if you see if you guys find anything else, but yeah, Jenny Apple, just some random YouTube channel that I decoded and I wanted to share with you guys because I thought it was insane. Anyways, sorry, I'm missing a lot of your comments. Yeah, but I think if anything shows that this world is completely scripted, that, I mean, just look at this, guys. I don't think this was a. See, I mean, what a beautiful family, right? I mean, a beautiful family. And if you watch her videos, you can see that she's getting more sick. She's losing weight. She's losing her hair. She definitely has something, right? Cancer. So for me to say that this is a scripted Jesuit ritual or a ritual of some sort by them, I don't want to say that because this just looks like a beautiful family that just happens to be connected to the code just like the rest of us. So yeah, thank you guys for understanding that I'm not trying to be inconsiderate about showing this. I'm just trying to show you guys that the world, even down to some random YouTube channel, is scripted. Okay. Yeah. So, no, Morgan, I think that your comments were disappearing from before when she timed you out, but she didn't time you out again. But yeah, Morgan, you're allowed to, you can post as much as you want. I just can't always answer your comments, you know. So yeah, guys, how long have I been on the live? Over an hour. I'll stay on a few more minutes with you guys since I haven't been on. Yeah, thank you, Rick. Thank you for coming by, and thank you all for stopping by. Like I said, I just can't. Yeah, Cola T is saying that maybe it has something to do with the algorithm and how everything's scripted with the numbers on the algorithm. But yeah, I just, again, what I just showed you guys about the 118, it's too perfect. If it is some sort of ritual by men, it's a sick ritual. I tell you that. To fake cancer to get donations. I mean, I just don't think they faked it. It looks like a lot of you guys actually watched that channel. I mean, to me, the Jenny Apple channel, it just popped up randomly for me one day, and I was like, huh, let me look into this. And then I just started to notice everything about the 118. I was like, this is crazy. Oh, hold on. What? I wonder what Apple equals 85. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something more to look into. Yeah, Apple like Apollo. That's interesting. So the 118 is a big number, guys. And yeah, Cancer 118. Oh, so Real Assistant, we got an actual a longtime viewer of Jenny Apple. So Real Assistant is saying that he or she, I don't know if you're what your gender is, but you're saying that you found her on the first day and you followed her through her whole journey. So again, I mean, I'm sure you could tell that it's probably not scripted. It's probably just organic code playing out. But yeah, guys, on this channel, I don't just like to show the man-made code. I want to show you guys that the organic code in our own lives is playing out. And just wait till I show you guys how crazy it is where I'm living now with my girlfriend, how the Jesuits are all around here. Just wait till my video about that, guys. I'm going to show you just how crazy the Jesuits are here in Bavaria, Germany, where I'm from. You know, for the people who are all about the Jesuits, like Zach and Obviously, Zach's like the first one, but also I know that Joseph also exposes the Jesuits. If you guys don't understand, like this place where I live, where I'm staying right now, just happens to be filled with Jesuit rituals all around. And yeah, wait, I'm going to show you guys that probably in one of my next videos. Oh, I didn't know that, Captain Flagtastic. I didn't know you had cancer, or but it sounds like you're beating cancer. So I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always heard that garlic is very good against cancer. I eat a lot of garlic. So, yeah, I mean, I think that the thing is, guys, when it's our time to go in this life, it doesn't matter what we do. We can't beat our time. When our time is meant to come, it's going to go. We're going to go at that point. No matter what we do, even the things that we do to prevent our illness in our lives, it's meant to be that way. We're meant to follow the path we're following, and we're meant to eat the things we do, have the diets, that we have, you know. So, I mean, again, we just got to live our life and enjoy our moments that we have, and also stand up for the code and the truth, and just do what, God is calling us to do, and that's, otherwise we can't do anything else. Yeah, Captain Flatastic, I'm glad to hear that. How you didn't give it any energy. You didn't give that cancer any power over you. So I think that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, Kelly, my poor girlfriend, sometimes I eat garlic though with fruit and it takes away the smell a bit. So, but she likes garlic, but she doesn't like the smell of it. But to be honest, garlic clears me out. It wakes me up. It makes me feel like, you know, it's not a very pleasant thing, but it certainly does the job. Matter of fact, today, guys, I had a very good meal with my girlfriend tonight. We had some very amazing whole grain bread with some avocado guacamole I made and some hummus. So, yeah, that was just delicious. I love hummus. I love guacamole. I'm not a big bread person, but in Germany they make lots of good bread, whole grain bread. So, yeah, I eat a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree, Captain Flatastic. Garlic is life. I love garlic. I put it in everything. Yeah, Rick. Yeah, my girlfriend's taking good care of me. My girlfriend, she made pumpkin soup today. All right, pumpkin soup, guys. Just delicious. I mean, she makes the best soups, but this is my favorite soup that she's made, and it is so creamy. She put coconut milk in it. She put like this onions and some really amazing flavors, and just, man, I cannot wait to eat the rest of that pumpkin soup tomorrow. I also love pumpkin pie. Oh, real assistant, you're making organic bread right now. That's good. Bread, I don't think bread is actually as bad for you as they say. It's all the pesticides they spray on it. If you can get your own organic bread and make it yourself, you're much better off. Yeah, I love hibiscus tea also. Thank you for mentioning that. But yeah, pumpkin soup, guys. I'm gonna devour that tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, Joseph Aquaviva is saying that he uses garlic powder daily. Yeah, that's a good idea. I just know I need more omega-3s, guys. That's the reason my eyes are probably as bad as they are, is because I stopped eating so much meat recently this year, and I used to eat a lot of salmon, but salmon has a lot of heavy metals, so I quit eating it, and I'm not getting enough omega-3s, so it's probably why my eyes are so dry, and they're just always bothering me. especially since I got here in Germany where the cold wind hits your eyes and immediately dries them out. Yeah, pumpkin pie is good, Joseph. I love it. Love pumpkin pie. It's my favorite pie for sure. Yeah, everyone keeps telling me castor oil for my eyes, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh, really, Kelly? I didn't know you can use omega-3 topically. Interesting. There's plant-based forms of omega-3, but it's not as bioavailable. So the biggest things when you're eating a lot of more plants in your diet is getting zinc, omega-3s, B12, certain nutrients. Yeah, that does sound good, Joseph. I very rarely eat pumpkin pie with ice cream, but that does sound good. Yeah, Morgan, you're saying that something about Castor and Pollux. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to read your other comment that you posted. But yeah, I am a Gemini. No, I've never had pumpkin pancakes. That does sound good. Pumpkin pancakes. I mean, I think anything pumpkin is good. Oh, Kelly, you've been vegetarian for decades and you eat lots of hummus. Well, I love hummus. It's literally my favorite food, hummus. I also like arugula. Actually, I've been eating cilantro lately to get the heavy metals out. Cilantro, if you guys don't know, cilantro is one of the best herbs for removing heavy metals. Captain Flatastic, you say you gained 10 pounds just reading that. Yeah, I mean, pumpkin pie ice cream and Cool Whip will make you gain the weight, but it's definitely tasty. Oh, I didn't know you were a Gemini too, Joseph. Really? Crazy. So most of the people in the decoding community are Geminis. I know Rambo, who was a good decoder, he was a Gemini. I know that 7717, I think he's a Gemini. Who else was a Gemini? So many Geminis in the decoding. Derek, who created the calculator, he's a Gemini. Okay, thank Caps International. I'll look into that. The Simon Pegg film called World's End. Okay, I'll look into that. Real assistant, you have a whole patio of table of sweet taters drying. Wow, that sounds good. I just had a sweet potato yesterday also. Got to get that vitamin A in there, guys. The good carbs and the vitamin A from the potatoes and the pumpkin. Oh, Joseph, you're born on like the first day of Gemini. Wait, Rick, are you a Gemini also? It seems like there's a lot of Geminis. It's interesting. You know what I miss, guys, is watermelons. When I was in Albania, I was just downing the watermelons, and it was keeping me so hydrated. And it's just so hard to find good melons here right now. I need to go to Thailand and have fruit all year round. I just feel so much better when I'm eating more fruit, to be honest. Yeah, it's interesting though because we're all Geminis, and Gemini is considered the Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, is the messenger, right? And what do? We are messengers. So it's and what do we do, guys? We do gematria. So Gemini is doing gematria. It's just so perfect. It's almost like this gematria was made for Geminis. I don't know, maybe. Oh, Cola T, you're born on my birthday. I have a birthday buddy in the chat. Okay. I'm born June 19th also. Oh, so Joseph, you were born on your mom's birthday. Well, so your mom's a Gemini too. Wow. Crazy. Birthday 522, birth date 522. Wow, what a code. That's incredible. Yeah, guys, I mean the Geminis are out here throwing out a bunch of gems. I know Joseph's always throwing out gems. I know I sometimes throw out gems. And I know most of the other Geminis here are also throwing out lots of gems, so um so how many Geminis are in the chat right now? Jeez and Pete's, guys. Are all of you guys Gemini? I know Morgan's not Gemini. He's like the only one right now. I just can't believe I have a birthday buddy, Cola T, in the chat. She's born on my birthday. Yeah, I find that I'm connected with Libras very well also. Captain Flatastic is a Gemini, is not a Gemini, and Q Sarah is a Cancer. So we got some others in the chat, but I think we got more Geminis than anything. What's the word gem equal? Gemini equals 33. I know that. It's like a gem in the eye, guys. We got a gem in our eye. Yeah, I get along with Libras, so I mean, at least that's what I mean. I've only known a few, but Armchair was born on Elvis's birthday. I have a big decode about Elvis and Matthew Perry coming out. Wait till you guys see my decode about Matthew Perry and Elvis Presley. Oh, Cola T. So we have the same birthday, and you named your dog Coda? No way. Oh, no way. So you named your dog Coda, and my name is Cody, and we have the same birthday. That is interesting. So it's just destiny that you're here on my channel. Oh, happy birthday, Peggy. It's your 60th birthday today. Happy 60th birthday to you. Yeah, everyone give a Peggy a big happy birthday wish in the chat. Ryan Chandler asking if I'm leaning anywhere on a Super Bowl winner. I need to look more into the Super Bowl. I've been kind of neglecting looking into the Super Bowl winner, but I'm narrowing it down to about 5 or 6 teams probably already. Probably the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Ravens. Those are my 4 right now, but there's a few more I'm looking at. If I might do a video on it if you about more about the Super Bowl once it gets closer. Oh, his name was Coda from the Pound. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, guys. Well, happy birthday to Peggy, and shout out to all my Geminis in the chat. Shout out to Captain Flatastic, Rick James, Joseph, Aquaviva, Cola T, Morgan, 22 divided by 7, Armchair Quarterback. Armchair Quarterback. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards the Cowboys, to be honest. I'm seeing a lot for the Cowboys. I'm thinking it could be Cowboys versus Ravens, but I don't know. It's funny you just wrote that in the chat. Cowboys Ravens. That was my pick for the Super Bowl last year. Was Cowboys Ravens. But you guys know I don't do any betting on anything. I just like trying to figure out who I think is going to be in the Super Bowl. It seems like a few of you guys are thinking it could be Cowboys Ravens. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the Cowboys and the star, the 5-pointed star, just like Israel. And if Biden is going to go out, soon, it could connect to JFK, who was, done away with in Dallas. So, yeah, and the Texas Rangers already won, so that might be it might be interesting if they have both Texas teams win, but I mean, it would make sense. Uh, I don't know if you guys saw Derek from Demontinators decode about the Ravens winning it in 2025. I think the Ravens could go this year, or maybe they win it the next year. I think the Ravens are going to win it one of the next 2 years, or they're at least going to go there in one of the next 2 years. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot to talk about Jimmy Carter. His wife just died. I just did a video last month about Jimmy Carter dying, but his wife went before him. So funny, right? How that works. And, then we had Kissinger die, and Jimmy Carter is about ready. Well, he's in his 100th year of life, and then Kissinger died at 100. And yeah, Kissinger was born in Bavaria, where I'm currently at, guys. Yeah. I'm telling you, Bavaria, Germany, super connected to everything. Yeah, funny, his name is JC, Jimmy Carter, JC, Jesus Christ. I guess we'll watch out for 12-4. I don't know. I haven't really looked a lot into it, but we'll see. Yeah, so Joseph says Henry Kissinger equals 181, and he was dead 181 days before his birthday. Good one, Joseph. Just like clockwork, pretty much every day, always the same. You show that every day, how it's always connected to their birthdays and their death dates and all. Yeah, it's always the same. Yeah, and that's what I mean, guys. Barack Obama 181. That's a big number. That's the 42nd prime. I just told you guys all about the 42 and the 24. It seems to always come back to that number recently. Of course, the beast reigns for 42 months. All right, guys. So I'm having a blast with y'all. It's been very nice to catch up and see some of you in the chat. But I'm going to end it because I haven't really been looking at the screen while I've been talking. I've been just kind of reading your comments, but probably going to get off here and hit the sack for the evening. But yeah, Lincoln, I talked about CM Punk in the beginning of the video if you want to go back and watch that. Yeah, good to see you all. Thank you guys for all the great information. Thank you guys for all the love and all the support. If you guys want to support the channel, my link is at the top of this chat. Buy me a coffee, Decoding with Cody. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to do at least one video a week from now on, maybe more like 2 videos a week. And yeah, I'll let you guys know like a day ahead of time when I'm doing another one. So take care out there, guys, in the Matrix and in the number reality, whatever you guys want to call it. And yeah, thank you guys again. And many blessings and much love from my family to all of yours. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.